The 2026 BYD Dolphin might look like the perfect affordable EV, but here's the truth. This could easily be one of those cars you regret buying after 6 months. Not because it's bad, but because of things most reviews don't talk about. I'm talking about charging reality, long-term support, resale value, and something that could matter way more in the US than you think. So before you consider this as your next daily driver, you need to understand where it actually fits and where it doesn't. Now, here's why this review matters. The BYD Dolphin is part of a much bigger shift: Chinese EVs entering global markets with aggressive pricing and solid tech. And on paper, this thing looks like a no-brainer: affordable, efficient, modern interior, good range for the size. But if you're a US buyer, your decision isn't just about the car, it's about the ecosystem around it. Because owning an EV isn't just driving it, it's charging it, maintaining it, and living with it every day. So let's break this down the way most reviews don't, from an ownership perspective. The biggest question: can you even own one easily in the US? Let's start with the elephant in the room. The 2026 BYD Dolphin is not officially sold in the US, and that changes everything. Because even if you could import one or buy it through indirect channels, you're immediately dealing with limited service infrastructure, no official dealership network, and potential issues with parts availability. And here's what surprised me: most buyers underestimate how important local support is until something goes wrong. With brands like Tesla, Ford, or Hyundai, you have service centers, parts pipelines, warranty coverage. With BYD in the US, that's still a question mark. So right away, this isn't just a car decision, it's a risk tolerance decision. Real-world range and charging experience. Now let's talk about something every EV buyer cares about: range. On paper, the Dolphin delivers solid numbers for a compact EV, but real-world driving is different. In city driving, it's efficient, smooth, easy to live with. But highway speeds, especially in US conditions, can drop that range faster than expected. And here's the bigger issue: charging compatibility. The US is moving towards standardized charging networks like Tesla's NACS. BYD uses different systems globally, so unless there's proper adaptation, you could run into slower charging speeds, limited fast charging access, and extra hassle planning longer trips. This is one of those "you won't notice it until you live with it" problems. Interior and daily comfort, where it actually shines. Now, to be fair, this is where the Dolphin genuinely impresses. The interior feels modern, clean, and surprisingly well built for the price point. You get a rotating touchscreen, minimalist design, and good seat comfort for daily commuting. And what surprised me most, it doesn't feel like a cheap EV. It feels like a well-thought-out city car. Ride quality is soft, easy, and forgiving, perfect for daily use. But there's a trade-off. At higher speeds, you'll notice more road noise, less stability compared to larger EVs. So it's comfortable, but clearly designed for urban life, not long highway cruising. And if you're the kind of buyer who actually cares about real-world ownership, not just specs, subscribe, because most EV reviews won't tell you what it's like after the excitement wears off. Cost of ownership, the hidden factors. Now let's talk about something that can make or break your decision: ownership cost. At first glance, the Dolphin looks like a budget win: lower upfront price, good efficiency, minimal fuel cost. But here's where it gets tricky for US buyers: no federal EV tax credits, potential import costs, uncertain insurance rates, and unknown resale value. And resale is a big one, because in the US, brand trust plays a huge role. Tesla, Toyota, Hyundai, they hold value because people trust them. BYD, still building that reputation here. So while you might save upfront, you could lose more on the back end.
Reliability and long-term confidence. Let's be clear, BYD as a company isn't new. They're one of the largest EV manufacturers in the world, and their battery technology actually very respected. But here's the key difference: global reputation doesn't always translate to US ownership confidence. Because reliability isn't just about the car, it's about service access, software support, parts availability over time. And this is where uncertainty comes in. Most reviews don't talk about this because they focus on short-term driving impressions. But if you're keeping a car for 5 to 7 years, this matters more than acceleration or screen size. Who should buy and who should avoid? So let's make this simple. You should consider the BYD Dolphin if you live in a market where BYD has strong support. You want an affordable, city-focused EV. You prioritize efficiency and ease of driving. You should avoid it if you're in the US without official support access. You rely on long-distance driving. You care about resale value and long-term predictability. Because this isn't a bad car, it's just not designed for every market yet. Here's the honest truth. The 2026 BYD Dolphin is a smart, well-designed EV that makes a lot of sense, just not necessarily in the US right now. And that's the key takeaway. This isn't about whether the car is good, it's about whether it's right for your situation. Because the biggest mistake EV buyers make? Choosing the car without thinking about the ownership experience. And if you're comparing EVs in this price range, you need to watch the next video, because there's another affordable EV that might cost more upfront, but could save you thousands in the long run.